The day is July 20th, and since I have less than a month until I have to be in school, I want to rant about my favorite and worst experiences of having a job. So, the first place I worked at was the Police, an Italian restaurant. I was 16 at the time, and I did not really need to be because they would hire people coming out from the womb. I'm talking as young as 7th grade, and also to note that I was the only guy making the gay allegations a bit more true than they were before. That's another story. Anyways, I had to work with young girls and my older sister, making my opinion basically irrelevant. So one day my sister was making fun of me saying that I stay in my room all day, which I certainly do, but that did not need to be public information. So immediately, as if this was an instinct, I said, "And you're always in the kitchen all the time." Also, she was my way. Also, I couldn't drive at the time, and she was my ride back home. So she rightfully crashed out on me. Well, after just under a year, I quit and worked at Domino's for a month. It just did not work out, especially for them, because I called that I can't work a shift one day because I had to meet that day, and they called back, and that was it. But after finishing my last shift there, I went to someone's birthday party, and I noticed that it feels like I'm carrying a whole piggy bank in my pocket. That would also be and I gotta say, that would have been a pretty great gift because I found out that I accidentally took a day's worth of change. So I had to reluctantly return it, just like I just became on the most wanted list in Norfolk, Nebraska. But after that fiasco, I now work at Raising Cane's, and it's better than the other two jobs because I mean a lot of people go to Cane's. I wish I were able to give out a better of an idea though of what it's like to work in the drive-thru in the training videos, especially for taking orders. But yeah, besides that, it has a great diversity with not only race but age, with 20-year-olds looking older and 17-year-olds that are actually 23-year-olds. And they play NPC music, but recently they have been doing some Latin fusion. And honestly, it's pretty great. I mean, the one thing keeping me from crashing out on a customer one day was the sudden urge to do the cha-cha dance. Yeah, and like this one time there's a new guy who's being trained when working with me in the drive-thru, and we were cleaning at some point, and the spray bottles that we had to use is called Spick and Span. So jokingly I said, "We gotta span all the spick, Dave, and you gotta spick the span." And the word spick really rolled off the tongue strangely and so comfortably for me. So I got me and the trainee basically chanting the word spick. But it was only later I realized what spick actually means. Because it turns out spick is a slur. Apparently, spick is a slur for people with Latin American descent. So I have the new guy chanting with me the word spick like I just created another Ku Klux Klan, which is just eyes. But yeah, that was some memories I could think of. I do have other stories, especially from Cane's, but that could be another video on its own. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and bye.